gonna be a few changes. There are gonna be a few things. Uh, basically, there are gonna be three stories out of this saga. Uh, beginning of the saga. The beginning of the entirety of the story. Beginning of the entire elemental origin. Then, the events of, like, who lives in, who lives in this, like, who lives in, like, the area that all elementalists live, and where the elementalists live. As a kind of sanction, a kind of place where no one of man can go. And that's a very simple answer. However, I don't think it's going to be one that people like. But I will try and kind of make it the way it is. Second thing, there will be some spells that will be cast and all that. So I'm going to start by saying yeah. So as I kind of begin this next part, we're gonna the elemental origin is done. Now we get into like the area, because I'm planning on telling like a lot of the stuff like that, like all the stuff I skip in smaller like short stories, making it a little bit more comprehensible, because that's kind of like why I skip around sometimes. This and this happens, that like this happens, and this happens, because I want to tell a short story about that. So here we go. So as we left off at the beginning of the origin, we are now about a good solid 25. We're about a good solid 50. We're about a good solid 15 years away from the festival arc, or the Voidian arc as well.
Neutralized. Hardpoint is secure.
So, as kind of like we begin, the story itself is nothing but kind of like the rest of this story is gonna be nothing but like tragedy. Like we're gonna learn like Lucy, Revan's other, like one of Revan's other daughters, is kind of feels like she doesn't belong with her, like with her family, with her parents, because of what she is, because she unlike most people, like she is not like She is an Aetherian by birth. However, she's only an Aetherian by that. Other than that, she kind of sees herself.
Hardpoint is secure. Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint lost.
Like, she doesn't think that, you know, she is kind of worthy of her father, of what she is.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Multiple enemy spy planes.
And you know what?
Friendly target.
I think that's fine. That is normal. You know, she doesn't fit where she belongs. So where does she go? Well, she goes to the only place that will probably accept her, and that is,
Hardpoint is secure.
well,
Requesting spy plane en route.
the garden.
Hardpoint lost.
The Garden of Eden. A place where no man can go. A place where the elementalists can stay forever. Where we can, like, where they can stay forever. And, you know, they...
Hardpoint is secure.
I'm a friendly.
Contesting
Gas line set.
hardpoint lost.
But, you know, like, Lucy doesn't think she belongs with her parents because she's an elementalist. And, you know, she wants to she wants to be where she would be most accepted. And, you know, she's a 21-year-old woman. She believes that, you know, she fits.
On the objective.
But, like, she is very outspoken about herself. Well, she wants to help people, but
Hardpoint locked down. Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint contested. We've lost the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
she is
Contact.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Marking artillery targets. Neutralize coal mine. Away with you.
But like, she is a like besides like her uncle, besides like her like uncle, like besides her uncle, she is very. Besides her uncle, she is like one of the most powerful elementalists to exist,
Enemy appears KIA.
and like that's a bona fide fact.
Enemy spy plane inbound. Hardpoint is secure.
Deploying gas mine.
Victory's close. Make the CIA proud. Hostile counter spy plane established above. Contesting hardpoint.
Like she is like so like again I'm kind of explained what she is, like who she is, how she feels about herself. Let's get into what makes her. Okay, let's see how she enjoys life in the as an elementalist. So obviously she has met, like it kind of has to go to like Bahamut and Tiamat have to come to an agreement that she can stay, that she can be, like she could be here. She just has to, you know, not do anything, not hurt anyone.
Target dropped.
Hardpoint identified. Gas point is secure.
Capturing objective. Gas mine going down.
You made that look easy. Bravo's out.
Solidarity.
But like she has this, like she has so much untapped power that even she is.
What the movie ends up doing is stumbling upon this, and as soon as he approaches it, then he explodes.
So as you do, she walks up to Spyro.
Fast food is so good.
To Spyro, walks up to him, be like, "Hey, do you guys have any time to talk? Like, I need some help. I need help." And he asks, "Yes, what is it that you need?" I want to live here amongst the elementalists community. Now, obviously, Spyro knows the rules. Alright, we will allow you to stay. However, you must go to the to our leaders, to our friend, to our family, like to our elders. Alright, and where are they? Follow us. I smell an Aetherian. Please don't call me an Aetherian. Alright, child. Alright. What is it you desire? I want to live here. I got really nowhere else to go, and this place is where I feel most accepted. You smell like your father. You smell like your father. You know my dad? Know him. Knowing him is a privilege. But yes. Yes, we know of your father. No, let's like show him. Like you are your father's daughter. So that means we have to make sure that you are not a threat to this community that we built over 13 billion years. Spyro, Cinder, you can go. But Elder, go. We'll be fine. You're very outspoken. I can see that you're very outspoken. And I can see that you are hiding something.
That's my squad mate.
I see. And I can see that you're not being honest either. Why don't you tell us what you really do here? Tiamat. I see that you know who I am. Yes. But don't mistake me for being ungrateful. It's as you have put it, an honor. It's an honor to meet a dragon goddess. A dragon goddess.
Semtex armed.
Yet
Next round is yours, my friend.
Yet you see everyone as a threat. Well, you see, Lady Tiamat, I have to. Like, it's how I was raised. It's how I was raised. We know how you Aetherians work. Your father has not mentioned us, but yet you know of us. It's not that hard to tell of elder blood. When you're the granddaughter of something so old, it's I kind of work it out myself. You think of us as immortals. Well, that is... Well, that is true. It's not true. It's you know, it's not true. It's like we are not immortal, but yet we have been granted access to this beautiful garden, to this beautiful place.
Semtex armed.
An honor, if you will, for those who will never be here. And we understand.
One less to worry about.
We're ahead. Maintain current posture.
Go. Alright. I will talk to my husband, and we will see if you are allowed to be here. Alright? Lady Tiamat, I thank you. Don't think I said, dear child.
Great job, CIA. No muss, no fuss.
Savors his moments.
Don't thank us yet.
Two kills.
So, a few months, a few hours go by, and Tiamat and Bahamut kinda had this talk. Alright. And they allow her to live in the Aetherian, in the Garden of Eden, in Eden. So they're like, she's like, thank you. Thank you. Like, thank you so much. Young ones, we don't turn our backs on people. It's who we are. It's what we do. We help people. But yet you had that conversation for about an hour. Yes, it was very difficult, if you will. We are very, how do you say, cautious with your people. No, I understand. I understand. I do, I really do. But I am not my father. I'm not my dad. We know, and we want to make sure. We wanted to make sure of that. I hope you could. I hope you can. I hope you can understand. Like, this is not something that we do willingly. This is something we do rarely. But you can stay. You just have to abide by our rules. That just means no. Please. We are fortunate. We are better that you are here with us. It's just, you know, a little weird. A little weird. No, I understand. Gosh, how do I say it? It's possible. But so, where do you want to go? Stay here. Good. We will have a room for you to be in. Thank you, Lady Tiamat. I know. Thank you. But, you know, like, let's see how this goes. Let's see. I want to see what you can do. I mean, are you even sure that's the reasons up? Alright. I want you to go and I want you to go train all of your elements, all 4 elements. But who's gonna teach me? We will. Personally. We will personally teach you. You don't have to do that. No. We insist. We insist. No, you must forgive my wife. It's been so long for us since we've trained any young ones. Any young ones here. Since the golden days.
Valentina has been scheming in plain sight.
You and her, you all are here.
We were arrogant fools.
And
Blinded by her apparent loyalty. She hid her history, her father, and her legacy. Fine.
I hope what we do here, I hope what we do will help you. Now, obviously, you can visit your father, your mother. your father and your mother. My mom's been dead for a few hundred years. My mom died when I was little. And our dad, you know, married another woman. Married someone else. It's good that you're being open about this. Not a lot of people are like that. Some of them are selfish. But you have this necessity to, like you want to prove something to your father. That you, yeah, it's true, I do. I want to prove that it doesn't just take being a dark Aetherian to be a hero, to be someone of importance. And no one said anything about that. You must, child, you must realize that your father loves you. He doesn't want you to prove anything. Your father is very open about you.
Are you scared of me?
But if you must, we will not try and stop you. Oh, please. You know we do what's best for our people. Sometimes it's the things that hurt the most, and the things that we never want to let go. So, as she is, like, kind of fighting, like, she's not fighting with them, but, like, she's kind of agreeing to disagreeing with it. Like, she doesn't want to see her father right now, like, mainly because, you know, she's lived with him for, you know, 16, like, 18 years, and, like, knows her. Like her father loves her. Like don't get me wrong, but don't get me wrong. Her dad loves her. It's just the way, like, she perceives that love. She doesn't see love. She doesn't even see, like, her dad like that much. It's almost like she doesn't want to see him anymore for at least a little bit because of that. Because like she's been in his shadow. Like they all have. Every single one of his children. Like all his children have been in his shadow. Like you know, it's not something that he's overly proud of. It's just that, you know, it's just how things were.
Cold hand of death has come for you. Sit down, Matthew.
But like, so yeah, like a few months, like there will be a few more months, like a few years like go by, like she's very, like she's at peace, like she's where she belongs, and also she's kind of like she's happily like she has her own family. She has her own family. Now to say that she didn't visit her father, she did visit her father. She does visit her family. It's just that she doesn't do it enough. Like her children, like her children want to know their grandfather. Like again, she's only like at this point in time, she is only 20. She's only 20. She's only about 25 now. Like,
Oh look, they found my C4.
like, you know, like she is confident in her life now that her dad, like they don't see eye to eye a whole lot, but like they do see one thing together, and that is the fact that like everything that happens but like she is so like enamored with the aspects that is she good enough? And the answer is yeah, she is. Now, they didn't leave off on bad terms. No, she just wanted to be away, like a breath of fresh air, if you will. So, as like she is kind of walking around with her kids, who are named like one named Brianna, and one named Michael. Like Michael and Brianna. Like, she is so enamored now. Like, does she love her dad? Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You can't take away. You can take the fight out of the, like, you can take the fight away, but it's still more pain.
Exit available. You can retreat. So I relax.
Like, now she's very kind of, she's not as, like, she's cautious, but she's not as, like, she's not as cautious as her dad, like, basically is what I'm trying to say, because, why would she? I mean, she doesn't hate the man, she just doesn't see the reason to like meter. Like, she's open about it. She's very, like, she, like, her, like, you know, she's very respectful. Like, she's respectful to, like, the ancient, to these, to the two, like, basically the two most prominent gods in this story, and, like, basically be like, yeah, like, if it wasn't for them, but, you know, she's very conscious about who she is. You know, that's kind of normal. That's normal for a teenage girl to have. You know, they're conscious about everything they do. They don't want to mess up, is what I'm trying to say.
When you can carve a tunnel through its heart.
But like, she has the overwhelming need to kind of prove herself, but then again, like, Revan doesn't care about that. He cares about his daughter and what she wants. So, like, and also she kind of keeps with the Aetherian customs to go to the festival every year. And what she does. As this happens, as this goes on, she just, it's kind of like this inner turmoil with herself. She's second guessing herself. She's like, did I make the right choice coming here? Now, that's not something that, you know, that's not something that can be answered. It really can't. It's just, you know, like, she's hopeful. So, we're not at a crossroad, we're at an aggregate, like a segregation type area with her character. She's conscious, she's very cautious about what she wants, but like, there's another part of her that just wants to be left alone. Like, she doesn't want to realistically talk about anything.